Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, Zen Within, Yoga with Michelle. If this is your first time visiting my channel, hello and welcome. If you've practiced with me before, welcome back, my friend. I am very excited to be offering you this 7 days self-love series of yoga and some meditation. And today being day 2, which will be a heart-opening slow flow practice. We will be using some blocks today, and if you want to bring in any other props, you of course can always do that. All right. So our first pose is going to be a supported fish pose, and then setting up your blocks just like this. And once you get set up in your supported fish pose, I am going to do a little reading, but you're going to stay in your fish pose and just allow yourself to be open to receive the message through the reading. But as you prep yourself here, so you're going to lower yourself down, have that first block here between the shoulder blades, and then your other block completely and totally supporting your head. You can play around with the positioning, or the level, I should say, of this block underneath the head. And then extending the legs out, and feel here what feels good. Maybe it feels good to have the legs close together. Maybe you widen the legs, bring the feet to the corners of your mat, and then just allowing your arms to be out to the side with the palms facing up. So right away, we're opening up our heart space. And as you get settled here, kind of wiggle those shoulder blades away from one another, creating more space, relaxing your jaw, closing your eyes, taking a cleansing breath. I will bring in our reading. Seeing the jewel inside. The most fundamental aggression to ourselves, the most fundamental harm we can do to ourselves, is to remain ignorant by not having the courage and the respect to look at ourselves honestly and gently. Are you looking at the gift wrap or the jewel inside? No matter who you are, no matter how old you are, the challenge is the same. How do we turn our focus away from the glittering gift wrap we think is us and focus instead on the jewel inside, the jewels we really are? It's hard. I think about the marathon that is life and the endurance it requires. I think about how hard it is to deal with change, to grow old, to see your family change, your friends change, and your own prospects change. All of that sometimes makes it challenging to perceive the beauty within. The truth is, we all want someone to see the jewel that is inside of us. We all long to be seen as valuable, no matter how old we are. And we work hard trying to get others to recognize our value, our worth, so often giving them the power to decide if we are, in fact, jewels to be cherished. But that power is actually our own. It's yours. Don't give it away. I know because I've given it away, and it's challenging to get it back. I sometimes look in the mirror and wonder who that is staring back at me. But I remind myself that I watched both of my parents age before my eyes, and I love them no less. Love yourself through every age, stage, and phase. So know this, you are a jewel. And don't get discouraged when the gift wrap wrinkles or fades. There's something precious inside. So I've made a decision that now I'm going to do what I did for my parents. Love myself no less as I age. Regard myself not with judgment and criticism, but with kind thoughts, loving thoughts, and then take those thoughts and reflect them out into others. I am going to see me, my spirit, my soul, my heart now. Through today's practice, May you give yourself permission to unwrap yourself and see the jewel inside. And breathing into your beautiful heart space, your jewel inside. Take an open mouth, cleansing exhale. And then we'll very carefully make our way up out of this fish pose. So bring the palms of the hands to your mat and lifting up your head first, and then pressing into your hands, slowly bringing yourself all the way up, and then making your way into an easy seated pose. So crossing the ankles, bringing the hands to the knees, softening through the shoulders, noticing what you're feeling here. Taking a cleansing breath. And now bringing the hands to the heart, bringing your left hand first and then your right over the left. And bringing in this affirmation: I love the jewel that is inside of me. I love the jewel that is inside of me. Taking one more breath here. Beautiful. Opening the eyes, and now reach the arms back behind you. Interlace your fingers. We're going to open up the chest. So draw your shoulders back and down, lengthen through the arms. Trying to squeeze the shoulder blades together, opening up your heart space. And now gently bending the elbows, we're going to bring the hands. If you're able to keep the hands still clasped together, great. If not, you can just bring the palms of the hands together, bringing the hands over to the right side of your waist. So that left forearm is hugged up against your lower back, and lengthen up nice and tall. And now you're going to drop your right ear to your right shoulder. So we're stretching into the left side of the neck and that left shoulder. And then slowly bringing your head back up to center. Extend the arms back behind you once again, however that looks for you. And then we're going to bring the hands over to the left side of our waist. Inhale, lengthen up nice and tall. And now dropping left ear, left shoulder. And then bringing your head back up to center. Reach the arms back behind you once again. See if you can squeeze those shoulder blades together even more. And then release the arms, bring the hands to the knees, and let's just take some shoulder rolls here. And going the opposite direction. And now we'll roll over into tabletop. And we'll make our way into a couple of rounds of cat and cow. I'm just going to we should move our blocks off of our mat. And stacking the shoulders over the wrist, hips over the knees, feet hip width distance, fingers spread nice and wide. And inhale, drop the belly, reach your heart forward, tailbone up towards the sky. Exhale, press it away, coming into your cat. Dome the spine, chin to chest. Inhale back into cow. Each time you come into your cow, see if you can lengthen even more through the crown of the head, through the tailbone. And then exhale, pressing into cat. Let's take this 2 more times. And coming back to neutral spine, and now making your way to your belly. So you can come to the forearms first, and then extend the legs all the way out. And now extend your right arm out, palm facing down. And you're going to bend that left elbow, bringing the left palm to your mat. Bend your left knee. And we're going to roll over onto our right side, bringing that left foot behind the right thigh, and then resting your head down on your mat. So getting into that right shoulder, opening up the chest, as well as opening up that left hip. Now, if you'd like to come into this a little deeper, you can bring that left arm back behind you, coming into a half bind. Let's just take 3 more breaths here. If you were in your half bind, bring that left palm back to your mat and slowly lowering that left knee back, coming back onto your belly. And then we'll just switch right over to the other side. So now extending your left arm out to the side, right palm to your mat, bending the right knee, rolling on to your left side here. And maybe coming into that half bind on this side. Always just noticing how the body's feeling from one side to the other. If the side's a little tighter through that left shoulder, maybe it doesn't feel so good to come into the half bind. Just applying self-love and compassion and grace to your body. Never wanting to force it into something it is not ready to get into. And taking 1 more breath here. Good. We'll make our way back onto our belly. Having the hands underneath the shoulders, pressing yourself up, and we'll come into thunderbolt. So we're going to tuck the toes under and come to sit on the heels. If that's okay for you in your toes, if that's a little too intense today, you can just come to sit on the heels with the toes not tucked. Good. Pausing here, lifting up through the heart, draw the shoulders back, and tuck your tailbone under slightly. Let's take a cleansing breath here. And now bringing the hands back behind, just like we did before. Interlace the fingers, reach the arms down, open up the chest, hugging the shoulder blades together. Good. 1 more breath here. Release the arms. Let's take shoulder rolls. So rolling the shoulders back and down. And then reversing. And now coming into downward facing dog. Palms of the hands out in front of you. Toes are still tucked under, lifting those hips up and back. And then just walking it out here. Lifting one heel up while pressing the other to the floor as much as possible, and just shifting side to side. And now let's come into a stillness here in our downward facing dog. Let's just do a little check-in from our roots to the tips of our roots and all the way through the feet. So making sure the fingers are spread nice and wide. You're pressing through the first knuckles of your fingers and then lifting and pressing out of the wrist. Really use your palms of your hands to lift those hips up and back, tailbone up towards the sky, and then sending your heart towards your thighs. And then let's bend generously in the knees, rolling up onto the balls of the feet. Core is engaged, belly button to spine, and then rotating the arms, your elbows in towards one another. Nice and active through your arms here, through the core. And now pressing down through the heels towards the floor. So trying to straighten the legs out. If you need to have a micro bend in the knees, that's perfectly fine. Good. Taking one more breath here. I should mention your head. Let your head be at ease. So we're not trying to hold the head in any position. Letting the ears be between the biceps. One more breath here. Shifting all your weight into your right foot and leg. Inhale, lift that left leg up nice and high. Three-legged dog. And then we're going to bend that left knee, roll it in towards the belly, rolling your body forward. We're going to step that left foot in between the hands and making our way into a high lunge. So on the ball of that right foot, inhale. We're going to bring the palms of the hands together, Anjali Mudra at the heart. Holding here. Now, it might feel better for you to have a bend in that right knee, or maybe to extend the leg. Just notice what feels better for you in your body, which also gives you support. Good. And now we're going to extend the arms out in front of us with interlacing the fingers. So interlace your fingers, palms facing out, reach the arms forward. And then inhale, bring the arms all the way up. And then exhale, bringing the hands back behind the head, opening up through the elbows, opening up through the chest. Feeling the burn through the legs, feeling the body heat up, unwrapping all of the tight wrapping that we've had through the body to open up our jewel inside. One more breath here. Beautiful. Release the arms down. We're going to bring the hands back behind us, interlacing the fingers. Inhale, draw those shoulders back. Exhale, extend the arms, opening up your chest. And now coming into humble warrior, reaching your upper body forward, and now pivot on that right foot at a 45-degree angle, and then bringing your chest towards the right corner of your mat. Maybe the arms come up with you. Squeezing those shoulder blades together. One more breath here. Releasing the arms down, right palm to the mat, pivot back on the right ball of that right foot and kind of wiggle that leg back. Reach your left arm forward and then up, coming into a lunge twist. Lower your right knee down. Reach that left arm back behind you. Holding here, Or maybe you come into a half bind with that left arm. So bending the elbow and bringing that arm back behind you and walking your fingers to that right hip, opening up the chest, maybe dropping the head back. And then making our way gently out of this twist, bringing that left arm all the way forward and stepping back into downward facing dog. Walking it out here. Let's take a pause and stillness in our downward facing dog. One more breath. Pressing into that left foot and leg. Inhale, reach your right leg up nice and high, three-legged dog. And then we'll step that right foot in between the hands, coming into that high lunge, staying on the ball of that left foot. Inhale, palms of the hands together, Anjali Mudra at the heart. Interlace the fingers, send the palms facing forward, reaching the arms out. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up. Exhale, bringing the hands back behind the head, opening up through the chest, sending those elbows back. Beautiful. Release the arms down, bringing the hands back behind you, clasping the hands, interlace the fingers, open up the chest, draw the shoulder blades together, extend the arms. And making our way into humble warrior here. As you begin to reach your upper body forward, step that left foot in just a bit and bringing it in at a 45-degree angle, sending your upper body towards that left corner of your mat as you humbly bow here. One more breath. Releasing the arms down. We're going to make our way into that lunge twist. Left palm comes to the mat. Pivot back on the ball of that left foot. Reach that right arm forward and then up. And now lowering that left knee down. Reach that right arm back. Holding here or maybe coming into that half bind. Right arm back behind you, walking that hand to the left hip, opening up the shoulder and the chest. Making your way out of this beautiful twist. Bring that right arm all the way forward and down, stepping back into downward facing dog. Walking it out. One full breath here. And now rolling yourself forward, bringing the knees to your mat. Untuck the toes. Let's just come to sit back on the heels, resting the hands on the thighs. Roll the shoulders back and down, keeping the chest nice and open here. Take a cleansing breath. Beautiful. Opening the eyes and making our way into our peak pose, which will be camel. So coming on up to the knees, Three options that you can do here in your camel pose. So, one is keeping the toes untucked. You'll bring the palms of your hands to your low back. Draw those shoulder blades back, shoulders back and shoulder blades back, trying to squeeze those elbows towards one another. And then sending your hips forward, squeezing the glutes, keep squeezing the shoulders together, coming into this beautiful back bend. So that's first option. Second option is doing the same thing, but having your toes tucked under, sending the hips forward, squeezing the shoulders back. And third option, from here with the toes tucked under, maybe you bring the hands to the heels, reaching the chest forward, maybe dropping the head back. So finding your camel, opening up your heart space, and we'll take 3 breaths here. And then carefully coming back up out of this. Good. If your toes were tucked, untuck them. Come back to sit on the heels. Take a pause here. Curl your tailbone under. Feel that release in the low back. Let's take a cleansing breath. And now taking a variation of child's pose here. Bring the arms to the side of your body. Bringing your forehead to your mat or to a block. Let the shoulders round forward. Just taking 5 slow, deep breaths here to release the low back. Cleansing breath. Breathe into that low back. Palms of the hands to the mat by the shoulders. Press yourself up. And then shift over to one hip, down onto your back. Once you get here, bring the knees into the chest. Take the knees nice and wide and rocking side to side. Good. Bring the knees back in towards one another. Open the arms out to a T with the palms facing up and letting the legs fall to the right, looking to the left. Supine twist. And bringing the head back to center, bring the knees back to center, and then let them just fall right over to the left, looking to the right. And bringing the head back to center, knees back to center. This time, wrap the arms around the knees, giving yourself a big hug. Take a few rocks side to side. And then let's pause here. Take a big cleansing breath. Releasing the arms to the floor, lowering your feet to the floor, extending the legs all the way out, coming into Shavasana. And take the feet to the corners of your mat. Let the feet fall out to the side. Resting here. Take a cleansing breath. Noticing and feeling all of this energy flowing through your body, awakening this beautiful jewel inside. And allowing yourself to just be open, and loving yourself for making it here today. And taking a cleansing breath. And maybe you stay here a little longer, hitting the pause button. Or if you're ready to move into your day, just start bringing some movement into your body. Wiggle your fingers, your toes, your wrists, your ankles. Gently rocking your head side to side. Take a nice lengthening stretch. Bring the legs in together. Point through the toes. Reach through the fingers. Inhale. And then as you exhale, bring the feet to your mat, your arms up, and then hugging the knees in. Taking a few rocks again, side to side. And then rolling over to one side and making your way up to an easy seat. And let's close our practice with a nice hugging gesture for ourselves. So you're going to cross the arms, bringing opposite hands to the shoulders. Close the eyes. Take a full cleansing breath here. And our affirmation: I love the beautiful jewel that is inside of me. And then just sliding the hands down, stacking one hand over the other over the heart. I love the jewel that is inside of me. And then sliding the arms down, hugging the waist here, giving yourself a hug. I love the jewel that is inside of me. And then sliding the arms down, bringing the hands, palms of the hands to your thighs. I love the jewel that I am. Sliding the hands to the knees. I love the jewel that I am. Sliding the hands to the shins or to the ankles. I love the jewel that I am. Bringing the palms of the hands together, Anjali Mudra at the heart, bowing our heads. I love the jewel that I am. Taking a cleansing breath. May you remember that you are a beautiful jewel, my friend. And may you allow your jewel to shine. From my heart to yours. Namaste. If you enjoyed today's practice, please give it a like, leave me a comment. I'd love to hear from you, see how you're feeling and how you're feeling about day 2. And if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, you could give me some love by hitting that subscribe button. I look forward to practicing with you on day 3.